Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Life Purpose Podcast. I am your host, Grace. And before we start getting to our title, which is Three's a Crowd, Open Marriages, I want to introduce you to my co-host, the beautiful Felicia Drake. Thank you.
Shout out to Kim.
It's good to be back, guys. Good to be back.
Oh, it's been so long, y'all. The last time you were here was last year.
Yes.
No.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Yeah.
Was that the joke?
23.
We have gorgeous Felicia. Y'all need to follow Felicia on TikTok. And I'm going to say this every week. She vlogs, okay? And everything she vlogs about, I want to go and taste it and experience it. Like
It's so good.
Yeah, she's really good. So can you give me your handle, honey, please?
I was actually driving by a place the other day and I said, "Oh, Felicia went there. And it looked really good. We need to go there." I'm not kidding. Ask William. I told him that the other day.
It's Mrs. MRS Felicia Life, LIFE.
Okay, cool. I hope you guys got that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, y'all, we invited CJ to come back. As you know, CJ.
Yay, CJ!
Hyper me up. Saying hyper me up. Yeah.
I was
Thank you.
Now, let me tell y'all, CJ was banned because CJ always had a gold cup or a red cup. And whatever that was in that cup was giving him courage. But today he does not have a red cup. I don't know what's in that cup. But I know his speech shall be seasoned in Jesus' name.
What's going on with y'all, man? I'm really glad to be here. Every time, so y'all always make me feel welcome and loved, and I just like being a part of what y'all got going on, and with the addition of Miss Felicia, you know what I'm saying? She adds her little twist of things. But I'm happy to be here today. But before we get started, can I curse every now and you know what? Because all y'all are a little bit older, I'm gonna chill out. I'm gonna chill out.
We want you to be yourself.
Be yourself.
Just be yourself. Don't be anybody but you, because we're gonna be ourselves. Okay? Because we like what's his name? Your aunties. So we'll check you if we need to. But don't worry about it. We got you.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because I know last time I get the but okay, yes ma'am. Yes ma'am.
Well, as you guys know, the Life Happens podcast is a podcast where we combine our spirituality with everyday practical things to create a beautiful balance. For ministers of the gospel, we want to talk about real stuff, okay? Not all this churchy stuff, because that's not what helps people. We want to make an impact. We want to help people real, right? Not this fake stuff. Now, to all those evangelists out there and evangelicals, if you don't like what I'm saying, may the good Lord listen to you. Because the reality is that people are drawn to realness, and that's what we strive to do, is to be honest, right? So, guys, the topic today is Three's a Crowd. I actually got the title from a friend of mine, and I was inspired by the topic because I didn't know what to call this. Like open marriages. I was married before you guys are married, with the exception of CJ, right?
Yeah, I'm not married.
Ever been in a relationship or a situation where you were together but you were both could explore? Like, have you ever been in that situation?
No.
I'm asking.
Not together.
I don't think CJ can hear us. Can you hear us, CJ?
No, yeah, I can hear y'all, but I was letting the two ladies that are married speak first before I say my blasphemy.
I'm sorry, Robbie. What was the question again?
The question is, have you ever been in a situation? I was asking him particular because we've been married. He's not married. Well, you got married. I was married, and he's single. And just to know if he has ever been in a situation, like a relationship where it was open, and how did that work out for you?
Not. Well, I know I haven't. I've been in a relationship where somebody still thought they were in a relationship with me, but I had moved on. But I've never been in a relationship, married, open, no. And that's a kind of weird situation because I was dating this guy and I told him it was over between us. And he was like, we still go together, pretty much. You know, he didn't say it in those words, but I was like, no, we don't. And I was dating other people, and that was a problem for him. It was like, but we're not together. And he's like, no, we together.
You know, it's interesting when I feel like men like to put us on ice. They don't really want you, but they don't want anybody else to have you.
Oh, no.
They want to put you on ice.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And I have to be honest, the minute you start mistreating me, because I'm like this, when I'm with somebody, I'm looking and I look to the left, look to the right. But the minute you start mistreating me, anyway, I'm not going to, yeah. I will start having, I won't do anything, but I will start shifting, right? Where you no longer have any hold on me, but you will think you do, but you really don't. Because for me, it first starts with the thoughts. If I get a feeling, I'm like, nah, son. So I disengage. So when you break up with me, most times I think it's the idea anyway. No, seriously, women are very crafty.
Mm-hmm.
We are. And we have to admit that. I want to read this comment from Facebook user. I don't know who this is. Facebook user, can you tell us who you are, please? They said it means they have no boundaries. They can do what they want, with who they want, when they want. No matter what they do, there are no consequences.
Oh.
Crazy? People think there's no consequences on earth, right? Because no one's holding you accountable yet. But everything you do, there's a consequence. I was reading the scripture, I think it was in Exodus, where it says that sex before marriage is like adultery. I can't remember what the scripture was, but I stumbled upon it today. I was doing research. That's for the other show on Saturdays. But anyway, so Kim, you said you haven't experienced that.
No, I don't play well with others. So I do not. So I do not do that. Any relationship I have been in before I got married, it was always just a one-on-one relationship. It was never a I'm seeing you and I'm seeing Tom, Dick, and Harry. No, I never did that. So I just don't play well. And William knows I don't play well with others, baby. No, that would not work.
For me, though, you have to tell me, okay, we're doing this. I don't assume anything. And then, anyway, that's another story. So, CJ, what about you? I know you've never been married, but in your dating life, have you ever had three's a crowd situation?
So I've had a whole bunch of situations where they thought they was in a relationship with me. I mean, they ain't know they was in an open relationship. I did. They ain't know. But like nah. But on the serious note, and I know y'all are just a little bit older than I am. So what we call is just like I said a little bit, not too much, you know. By the way, happy 35th birthday, Grace. By the way, happy. You know what I'm saying?
35 again, honey.
25 again, yes, ma'am. Man, y'all should have seen how me and her daughter was hyping. Now, that's a whole different conversation.
Don't talk about my baby now.
I wasn't saying nothing about your baby. I was just saying how we were both hyping you up. That's all we were talking about. Anyway. Now, so on a serious note, so we called it just talking. You know, now I don't know what the slang was back then, or y'all made it
my goodness,
talking like, oh, we were just talking.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
the getting to know you stage.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, please. Just the getting to know you stage. But like I tell everybody, and just you know, if we become a one-on-one, that should be communicated. That really should be communicated, because if y'all seriously ain't a one-on-one, and it's normally the girl that brings it up. Normally, you know, you be BS with her, and then she say, "So what are we?" And you like,
no, not in 2022 or you don't ask a man, "What are we?"
Okay, well, probably. Okay, well, maybe not y'all generation, but I'm talking people like my generation.
Well, I think you have to ask. You have to ask that question.
No,
you have to ask that question.
Well, and also you got to ask, because and no matter the gender, male or female, you do need to protect your feelings, because the moment you start catching feelings, that's when it go left. Like, that's truly when it go left. And us as men, you know, you gotta let her know, if you ain't trying to be serious with her, and it's like on some real player code, you gotta be like, hey, look, I see you catching feelings, pump the brakes, slow down. We just having a good time right now. You know, I'm feeling your vibe, you feeling my vibe. That's kind of what it gotta be. But the moment she starts saying, I'm starting to catch feelings, and the dude just goes along with it because he's enjoying whatever she got going on, that's when it starts, you know, going left.
Well, when you're in a relationship, I always believe this. When you're in a relationship, somebody's always, okay, a boy, girl, or however, somebody's always leaning in more. You know, they're always. So you always have to be mindful of that. Like, okay, is she leaning in because, you know, now she's like really into me. We've been on 3 dates, and, you know, I think it's good to ask that question, what are we?
You're gonna ask the question after 3 dates, what are we?
Well, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes you don't even have to say, what are we? I think with my husband, I just said, you know, this is cool and this is fun and everything, but I was trying to go out and date, and is we dating or what is we doing?
Yeah.
If we not, you know.
Because you gotta know.
Yeah,
You have
if
to
it
know.
ain't me and you, that's cool. I'm okay. I'm cool with it, but I just, you know, I got other stuff.
I want to know.
Yeah, I want to be doing.
What you were saying, Felicia, you got other stuff lined up.
I got other stuff lined up. Got it lined up.
I like you. Yeah.
If we're not there, that's cool. And I, you know, and even before me and my husband got married, we broke up. Like, we broke up a whole month before we got engaged. Because I was like, you know what? Marriage is a big step. I'm not here to pressure nobody into nothing. But I'm 25. I'm not gonna look up and be 30 and we girlfriend and boyfriend.
Right.
I like you. I don't want to be your friend. This is over. You go do your thing. I'm gonna do my thing. And that was like in December. He proposed in February, Valentine's Day.
Oh man!
But I didn't want to force. That's one thing. I never want to force anybody to do anything. But I'm like, after 6 years, like, I can give you 6 college years, but I can't give you 6 grown years. You know what I mean? Right. College years and grown years, them 2 different years. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. College, it doesn't matter as much.
The mistake that women make is that sometimes we put ourselves on ice because maybe you like the guy and you're waiting for him to choose you. You never wait for anybody to choose you.
Exactly. I agree. 100%.
Me too.
You gotta know your value. You gotta know that you're badass. Whatever. If you don't think that we're dating, you'll be waiting like, oh my God, like, is he gonna ask me today? Like, no, sir, I'm not waiting for you.
That's why you have to ask the question, like, hey, what are we? They say, you know what? I'm just in it, just like CJ said, you know, we trying to figure each other out. Okay, I'm out.
You don't want to know the answer. That's a whole nother story. Let me read the comments. Marshall says, go ahead, player at CJ. Yeah, no. He just is speaking the truth. 35, 35.
35, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Aging like wine, not like milk. But that's another story.
Yeah.
So I've never been in that situation. I've never been in a threesome because, like Kim said, I can't play like that. Because if I'm in a relationship and this is me and you, I can't share you. Because baby, you're gonna see a whole different side to me if that's the case.
But to me, when you say I can't share you, are you really in a relationship? Or to me, that sounds more like a situationship.
Yeah, but we're talking about now
married in a relationship like that.
Yeah, if you like, dating is sometimes kind of tricky because you may be seeing like one person, but you're dating.
Like, I've never dated one person at a time.
When people change your status,
I've never dated one.
You've never what?
Dated one person at a time? That's not dating.
That's not dating.
Like I've had like my husband, I dated him primarily, but I also had other guys that I would date.
Yeah, Kim, you got it. I'm sorry, Kim, Felicia. Yeah.
But did he know that though?
That's when I asked, "What are we doing?" Like, Because he was like, "What are you supposed to do?" I was like, "I'm gonna want to go out." When I go to Fort Worth, I actually had I wouldn't call him a boyfriend, but a friend in Fort Worth, and it was understood when we were in Fort Worth, we was together. But when I was in Lubbock, I was with Patrick.
I love Felicia. Hey, Felicia became my
it
friend.
really was understood because it was because then me and Patrick's relationship went long distance, and he was like, "Hold up, wait, what are you doing?" I said, "What are we doing?" Then once he said we're exclusive, then I stopped dating everybody else.
Well, then that's different. That's different now. Because I don't like to say, "Hey, guy, what are we doing? Like, am I your main? I'm not your main squeeze. Like what? No,
Right.
comfortable having that. If I've got to ask you that, no. Me, I'm big on not allowing people to make me anxious. If I have to ask that question, that means I have entertained this thought in my mind and now I'm becoming anxious. And I'm not going to deal with you because you're not going to make me anxious. So I will start doing what Felicia's doing and I will date Dallas and the surrounding cities.
Right.
But what if you dating you and a person are in a relationship and you're dating another person, but that makes you happy, and the other person's okay with it because it makes you happy to date other people?
Most men won't be okay with that.
Most men will not be okay with that.
Flag on the play. Definite flag. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what real man real man is gonna enjoy a girl, be happy with another nigga.
But I'm saying that they're happy with you too. But it makes them happy to be with both.
No. Okay, check. Okay, I can't speak for every other race. I know us as black men that's grown up in a traditional household.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't now. I say traditional household because i.e. the Smiths. That's a whole nother thing. But a traditional household, no real man gonna be okay watching. You know what, babe? Because that other nigga is doing whatever. Girl, I'm just happy to see you, man. We call that you in the friend zone. You a simp. You a lame nigga. You. Hey, matter of fact, you will get clowned. Because I'm gonna be. I wish my homeboys would say, you know what, bro? I'm just really happy to see her happy. Okay, is it with you? Nah, it ain't with you. It was such a. I be looking at this stuff. I be like, bro, you know what I'm saying? But nah, that ain't right. But hold on, but right quick, Felicia, I had a quick question, and you can. I know I'm kind of veering off a little bit. So did he know? Because you said so. So he was all the way in love. So did he go like to Texas Tech or something?
Yes, we both went to Texas Tech.
Okay, but you was from Fort Worth.
Right.
Stop 6. I'm Barry.
I'm near Barry. I'm off Mill and Wilbarger.
Okay. Wait a minute. So did he expect you to be him? Like, did he expect that because y'all were quote unquote long distance, or like what was the expectation before he made it clear?
Okay, let me make it really clear because it's sounding a little ratchet, but it's not that bad. Before me and Patrick became Patrick and I was dating a guy in Fort Worth. Not dating. We were when I was in Fort Worth, we was together. When I was in Lubbock, he was doing his thing. I was doing my thing. It was understood.
Okay.
So when I was in Lubbock, I actually met Patrick, and then I was telling him, but I do have, he said, he asked me, was I dating somebody else? And I was like, why? I'm getting ready to go home, And he was like, well, maybe we can go out when you go home. And then I noticed that was going to be a little problem. So I was like, okay, what are we doing? Like, are we trying to be exclusive? Are we trying to take this, And that's when we had that discussion. And then I kind of let Fort Worth go and start dating Patrick exclusively. That's how that went.
Yo, when you start inviting people to the house, that's when it gets serious. I don't know about you, but in African households, if I bring a man home, baby, that's serious.
Mm-hmm.
I can't bring, if I bring one man to the house to meet my family, I can't bring Bobby next week.
Oh, no.
And then on week number 5, I'm going to bring Joe. That will not fly. My brother will be like, oh, you are who? And I could be like, well, I'm not sleeping here. We don't care. because it's that serious. When you bring someone home, that's pretty damn serious.
Mm-hmm.
Like this open marriage thing, right? I was telling you guys earlier, it's 92% end in divorce. They don't make it. There's only 1% actually, according to stats, that actually makes it. Now, have you all seen Sister Wives? How the family is
Bits
breaking.
and pieces of it.
Yeah, that thing on TLC or
not a whole
something.
season.
I mean,
Yeah.
that whole thing is falling apart. So before we get further into the topic, I'm gonna play this video. You guys watched it, right? Have you watched it, Kim? Have you watched it?
Yeah.
Sis? You're not even shaking your head, sis. Okay, so you watch the video and then we're gonna discuss it.
Okay.
And I don't want to say too much. I want you guys. Well, I want the audience to see this so we can talk about this little man baby. Okay.
Man, baby.
I cheated on my wife 3 years ago. She agreed to forgive me if we opened the marriage, but now I live in agony every day. That was the title. So basically, my wife, 39, found out that I, 41, had been hooking up with a woman I met online who lived 2 hours away. When the woman visited, we checked into a hotel. This went on for 3 months, and we had met a handful of times when my wife caught us. She was waiting in the hotel lobby and saw us coming down from the room. She left me the next day. We separated for 8 months, and they were terrible on all of us, especially the kids.
They have kids.
Yeah, they got 3 kids.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
My wife thought that since our sex life wasn't enough for me, and that she was sure I would cheat on her again, we might as well open the marriage.
Okay.
I told her no because I've learned my mistake, but she wouldn't waver. I relented. We decided not to tell each other that whenever they slept with somebody, they're not going to say when, where, and with whom. Now, over 2 years later, this is the sad part. We are back to normal on the outside. On the inside, I'm dying a little each day. Every time I see her happy, I wonder if this is just her old bubbly self or if she was thinking of somebody else. She is a very beautiful woman, and I'm sure she has no problems finding men who want her. Whenever she takes a shower after coming home, whenever she rejects my advances, I think that she has been with someone, and that kills me. I feel you, brother. I feel you. I had tried to discuss closing the marriage again, but she shuts these attempts very quickly with a divorce card. Before all this happened, we had amazing sex several times a week. But now, we have probably done it 4 or 5 times these past 3 years. She demands I use protection, and she refuses to let me eat her or make her cum in any way. I stopped asking because the sex is painfully bad now. I haven't slept
Whoa,
with...
what is that? Whoa, okay.
I haven't
Painfully bad?
Yeah.
Oh my God, okay.
I haven't slept with anybody else because the look on my wife's face in that lobby still makes me sick with guilt. I don't know how much I can take. I love my wife and I want to spend the rest of my life with her. Would she ever stop punishing me? Have you ever forgiven a cheating spouse and stopped punishing them? What's going on in her head?
Who wants to go first? Hey, that is.
What's going on in her head is the question that he's asking. What's going on in my wife's head? She's happy.
She got
She's
another
happy.
man.
The sister clapped back and she's happy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You got
And
it.
she is happy with the situation.
And her
Because-
garage is wide open, and it ain't with
Huh.
him.
I get to go out. I get to do my thing with whomever I want, enjoy myself, and then come home to my husband who's there with the kids. And it makes me happy. Is she punishing him? I think that at first, when she said let's let it be an open relationship, I think at first maybe it was punishment, but now I think because now she will not waver. So now I think she enjoys this lifestyle and she wants to keep it.
Well, I think it's a lot of unsaid things in this letter or whatever he's reading. One, I'm so for sure. If you're cheating on your wife, you mean to tell me you've had sex 4 times in 3 years and you haven't stepped out once now that you have an open relationship? That's kind of really, really hard for me to believe. I'm so sorry. And he has a lot of victim, like I'm a victim. No, you caused this problem, sir. You started this problem, sir. You started it, and guess what? She's finishing it.
She's finishing it.
Can't deal with it.
Yeah,
like
she
that.
finished it. Hey, she finishing. I'm sorry.
Go
sorry,
ahead.
man.
No, go ahead.
No. So, all right. So check me out, right? So I ain't gonna lie. So I was going back forth with Grace on this. Man, let me tell you, this man wouldn't even be in my group chat of how bad he would get roasted. I'm like, nigga, if you don't look, bro. All right, bro. Okay. Yeah, I want her back. I messed up. All right, bro. Look, she gone. So go ahead and just, you know what? Okay, look, like real talk, right? And this is some real player stuff. When you cheat, when you mess around, now he's 41, right? So, 41 versus cheating at 21 or 25 or whatever,
Right.
it's a little different. You 41, bro. So you knew what you was doing. You're kind of on the, because men hit their prime when they're around like the 32 to 35, 36. They hit their prime financially and, physically or whatever. But you kind of knew what you was on. You got a wife and kids, so you knew what you was doing. So you wanted to get your little, you know what I'm saying, off. And it cost you. And that's the thing that niggas don't realize, because you out here doing what you're doing. And when you being a quote unquote player, you may lose your family. That's what may end up happening, but you don't want to think about that. You know what I'm saying? So just be a player about it. Now, granted, from the video, Felicia may have a different opinion. He genuinely do seem sorry. He says, you know what? I made a mistake. I messed up. I this, that, and the third. But obviously, she ain't going for it.
Now let me tell you.
Go
No,
ahead.
let me tell you what happened. She was fat, okay? And then he cheated and he mistreated her. So what she did was she lost weight and got fined. And when they opened the marriage, she don't need that little penis that he got going on. That bad sex, because he's saying that the sex was good. Was it, sir? Was it good? Let me read some comments. Because men, anyway, because women be hyping men up about how great they are and they're not.
It's time to cut the cord in that relationship.
Marshall said he should leave. Marriage is over. Absolutely.
It is
Oh,
over. He's sorry. He is. Okay.
Cut the cord, baby.
He is sorry, CJ. I do genuinely believe he's sorry. He's sorry he got caught. That's what he's sorry about. Because had he not gotten caught, he would have continued this behavior, because he had been flying this woman in, going to hotels, and he got busted. So now he's paying for being busted, and he's sorry. He's so sorry right now.
Hey, but Felicia, that's okay. I'm not saying what he was doing is justified, but I'm just saying, okay, look, when you play that game, you got to see it through the end. If you got a wife and kids, and he's 41, so his kids are probably at least anywhere in the ages from 12 to at least 15, 16 years old. If you gonna play that game, you gotta see it through. You gotta be a real nigga and say, hey, before I hit her up, I may lose my whole family for this shit. But you know what?
Over a piece of ass. Hold on. How many seconds does an orgasm last? Let's be real, okay?
And you're gonna lose your family over that.
Hold on, for us or for y'all? Because it hit different. It hit different. That's what I'm saying. For us, and you know what? And truthfully, after you do your little, you know what I'm saying? You just, I'm sorry, Grace. You know what? You go ahead, Grace. You got it. Go ahead.
Marshall says that's not marriage. Their roommates agreed. No, but seriously, let's be honest. People have lost businesses. Countries have gone to war over a Okay.
Over some cat.
That's how powerful sex is really. That's why he can come on here and cry and look for sympathy for something that he has started. And then he got the audacity to say that he's not doing anything in 4 years. You are a liar. Because let me tell you, you've been cheating, sir. So you mean tell me with your high sex drive that you had to go outside of your marriage, now suddenly you ain't taking that thing out because you walking the straight and narrow, you lying. And nobody's feeling sorry for you. You only, like Felicia said, you're only sorry because he's not playing with you. Maybe she
I like this chick because she found out and she went to the hotel room and watched them walk down and stood there and looked at them. and then said, I'm out.
Mhm.
I'm leaving you. Bye. Deuces, I'm out.
Right.
And then left him for 8 months.
And you ain't gonna
8
get.
months.
And then what's crazy? He's saying that she won't orgasm with him when they've had sex, and there's certain things that she won't allow him to do. That's because she got Bobby at the other side, man. Bobby's hitting it real good.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. So see, here's the thing that I missed, which I don't know if y'all caught. So I don't, and maybe I need to rewatch the video, but I thought he said she doesn't allow him to let her do her. So that means, let's say if she finna do whatever, she like, I stop, hold on. You know what I'm saying? Now, now I heard the difference in the, of course, us men, it don't take too much shit. Hell,
Yeah.
hey, if you're really good, take about 3 shit. But you know what I'm saying? But for y'all, I do know it's a Kim gave me that look. But I know for y'all, it's a little bit more meaningful. Like if you know what I'm saying, do your thing, and then you get
Why are you doing this with your hands, baby?
Well, I'm trying to create the picture for the audience. But on a serious note, I genuinely think, well, forgive what y'all think. I think he's genuinely sorry. It's just he's going out sad at this point. You going out sad as a man. It's like, look, you did your thing, you got caught, and he said it that he's leaving, she's leaving that divorce. Oh, I'm gonna divorce you, you know. So he's actually getting stepped and cooked because he's out here watching his girl getting, you know what I'm saying, by whoever. So if I was you're right. No, you're right. And you know what, Grace, you are so right. He started this shit. He's 41 years old.
He said he's dying a little every day. Were you dying when you were in that hotel room, knocking her,
right?
Blowing her back out? Were you dying? Oh, no. You're only dying now because somebody else is blowing her back out and you can't handle that. You can't allow another car in your garage, sir.
That's the problem. And I think that what Robbie is saying, Grace said, is the root of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, it is that she's sleeping around, but the fact that he's not giving her that pleasure and she's getting it somewhere else, because you know how men think, am I your best? Am I your biggest? Am I the best? That's how men think. Now he's like, his head is all over the place, but she's getting it from somewhere else. Like, is he bigger than me? Is he better than me? And
yes, he is.
So he's thinking of all this stuff, and now he's sorry. It's like, oh, baby, you didn't let her get out now.
3's a crowd. 3 is a crowd.
I wish I would be talking to somebody and she said, yeah, such and such. I'm in there, oh, where? Hey, I'm hurt. I'm in there I'm like, oh, really? I'm gone. Nah. She's like, what's wrong? Nah. Hey, if he doing all that with you, then you got it. I don't because with men, it's a pride. It hurts our pride. And that's what we really be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, and I don't care what nobody will tell you. I'm 25, going on 26 in about 5 months, actually. Birthday in May. I'll be 26, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying?
You're a baby.
Yeah.
Well, for me to somebody that's in their 30s and their 40s is in their 50s, we can act like the pride don't matter.
It matters.
It definitely, man, I wish Kim, you say, hey, such and such back in the day, yeah, he was in here, man, your man go crazy. He get the, what? He started doing stuff he ain't never did before.
I don't think it's just that she is like, I think it is that she's being satisfied other places, emotionally, physically, all these things. Also, I think it's a part of trust because he said that she makes me wear a condom every time we have sex, right? And I think the reason why she keeps like saying, hey, if you don't want to be in an open marriage, then we can go ahead and get a divorce.
Right.
Because I don't think she trusts him to be in a closed marriage anymore.
No, actually, this comment, maybe I don't understand the comment. Maybe you can explain this comment. He says, keep fresh cucumber in the pad at room temperature. Yeah? What do I mean?
Okay, so I think it's a trust issue as well. I'm gonna skip over that. I
What
think
do you mean? Keep a fresh cucumber in the pad every
I think it has to do with trust.
Robbie.
I think it has to do with trust.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
Okay,
it's a
what is
trust
that cucumber gonna do? At room why gotta be at room? Okay, anyway. That tickled me.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So, hold on. So, here's the real question, and this, and that's I'm asking you, ladies. So, is she okay? So, So this is a double question, or a double a question to that answer, or whatever. So, is she, for one, do she even still love him? Two, if he was to really say, you know what, I'm fucked up about this, I'm just about to go ahead and leave, is she kind of doing one of the things to where, when you try to call somebody bluff, like, okay, let me do my thing? Or three, just to answer it all, three, maybe if she's open to all this, and this is a backstory, maybe she already, because of course you probably already knew that your man was up to no good. So, she probably had somebody, I would never treat you like that. I wouldn't do you like that. And then she got to say, you know what, my man fucked up, so now he gonna pay. And ain't nothing sorrier than when a nigga fucked up and he trying to get his girl back. Oh man, you start bringing roses. You start singing that John Legend song. We're just ordinary people.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
but
y'all ain't go ahead and
I like
explain.
you sung John Legend, but you did your hair like Stevie Wonder.
right.
I
It
did.
wasn't matching. But you said something. Does she love him? Okay.
Yeah, does she love him? Go ahead, girl.
I think she's pissed off. She may still love him, but I think she's pissed off. And when a woman makes up her mind, there's nothing you can do. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care if you promise her the freaking world. Because the thing of it is, he was disloyal. That's the major thing. He took her body, which is his body, which is her body, basically,
Mm-hmm.
and he shared it with another woman. Okay. Then you'll say, let's open this marriage. Because see, you didn't think she was really gonna do it. Then you felt like everything was normal. But then she started keying when she comes home. Because she came home freshly handled by whoever she was handled by. So she's happy in those moments. She does not love him. Because a woman that loves you is not gonna share her body with Tom, Dick, Harry, Jojo, and Bobby. She's not. Even if the sex is bad, she's not going to. And
I
at
think
this
she
point,
still love him.
I don't think she loves him because baby, if I'm gonna make you pay,
I
you
think
need
she still loves him, but I don't think she's in love with him. I think she's there. Like some people be saying, I'm here for the kids to get older and grown and out the house. I'm here. I'm doing this for the kids. Like I'm tolerating you. I'm not appreciating you. I'm not celebrating you. I'm tolerating you to our kids get where they need to be. And once that happens, then I really see her being the person that say, let's get this divorce,
nah,
But
but
in the
she
meantime, this is gonna work for me.
right. Marshall says she's done with him. She's just gut punching him by taking his manhood. Yes, because you know what I think she's doing? I think sometimes a girl gets up, gets stressed, because he did say she's a beautiful woman.
Right.
So she's stressed. She may be going to the library or going on the street, but it's just the impact
Playing mind games. Yeah.
Yeah.
the worst thing to do, though. That is she could have a rose for all we know.
Yeah.
And Rose has replaced her husband. Because baby, anyway, let me not talk too much about Rose. But the point is, Rose can replace anybody.
That's crazy.
Maybe she is. No, but seriously, maybe she is because women, we can be very vindictive. And let's be honest, we're more sneaky than men.
Well, I think this is something that I've learned in my older age as I grow older, how important it is. And with her saying she had kids, it made me think of an instance when how important it is to be Felicia and not be mom and not be wife, be Felicia. And now that they've gone through this transition, she's probably found Felicia, who she was, and she's like, I'm happy. I love going out to eat by myself. I love doing this. And she might be getting it from somebody. I don't know. But it may be that she has found herself now and it's not all about him anymore. And she's happy with that. And she was like, I'm not gonna, fall back into that trap. You cheated on me, you lied on me, blah, blah, blah. Nobody better
no,
than
Yeah.
yourself.
she's on Tinder and BLK also.
And she's like, you know what? If you want to go and mess around, go mess around.
Right.
I don't care no more. I
Right.
don't care anymore. Go sneak. But you know what? The thrill is gone.
Right.
The thrill of it is when you can sneak around and
Right.
don't nobody know and y'all doing it undercover.
Yeah.
Then that's when it's exciting and new and fresh. But you know, now you're trying to step up to women and telling other women, oh, me and my wife have an open relationship. They go, bye-bye.
Sure. They're like, okay, yeah, right.
Okay.
You know,
See you later. Nice. Nice to meet you.
yeah.
Let's move on. Next.
No.
Yeah.
I just had a thought that just absolutely escaped me right now. She is gonna stay for the kids because that's what most women do. We'll stay for our children as long as we can. But then you having your cake and eating it too.
Right. Right.
The best setup. Your bills are getting paid, your mortgage is getting paid, you're taking care of the kids, you have time to do you, to go whatever. Actually, to be honest, the situation is not a bad situation.
Not for her.
It's set up real well.
But that dude wants to close the relationship.
Right.
He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. It's been 4 years.
Yeah.
He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he been getting cucked for about, and then and I don't know if y'all know what cuck means. If you do, then I won't say it. But if,
No, go
if,
ahead. We don't know all that slang stuff.
so basically, what that means is so when you be watching them videos, you probably don't, but I'm talking to Kim and Felicia because they a little bit more open. Hey, so you remember? Back when you used to watch them videos and like the guy used to record like her wife getting, you know what I'm saying, by the other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we call that a cuck. So that's what I'm like, bro. So you getting cucked. So basically, you coming home. Hey, she walked in the door. She had a good night. She had been smiling because she don't finish. You know what I'm saying? Let no boy. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he done took the little 100 pack. So he done took that rhinoceros 3000 from the gas station or whatever. So he right, and then he trying to sedate a seducer with, hey baby, hey, she probably got him in there cooking dinner, got him putting the baby girls and the baby boy to sleep. But on a serious note, I can't respect him as a man, and not just him, but any man. When you play that game, you gotta be prepared to lose your family. You have to be prepared. So when you want to do your little thing, I ain't gonna blame you. And this is something that I would tell if I had a daughter. I only got one son, but if I had a daughter, I said, hey, look, he showed you his true colors. And dudes are niggas gonna mess up. Like that's just it's almost embedded in our DNA. That's just what happens. We go through but it's up to the female, it's up to that woman, that wife, the girlfriend. You get the power after he done messed up, and if you want to take him back or not. If you do, that's fine, but you know what what I'm saying, getting into. But if you don't, that's okay. And I would tell my son that, hey, you want to play that game? That's cool. But that's the prizes that it may cost you. It may cost you your family. And I don't know if you... Go ahead, Grace. I'm sorry. I kind of took over. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I like what you're saying. Stacey Dion says, too many ladies to worry about. Well, he should have thought about that when he went to the hotel room and again was blowing her back out. He should have thought about that. Now he's about to lose his family. But actually, he's not about to lose his family. The situation, honestly, the situation is so amazing for her. She don't gotta sleep with him.
Yep.
And the thing of it is, she may love him, guys, but she does not like him. Then he's behind. He cannot.
Now, hold on real quick. Now, I would say this on a real note. At this point, it's total. As you can see, he was trying to close it up, but but she's not trying to close it up. Actually, you done turned her into the player. She enjoying her life.
Right? Exactly. You turned her into a player, right?
And you know what's crazy? And see, I actually like this chick too. Because because she like, you know what? Fuck all that. Hey, you wanna do your thing? I got some stipulations before, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, who knows if they ever close it up? But the fact that he said, I'm tired every day because I know, I'm like, bro, okay, look, I understand.
A broke female that's been abused. You sound like the female. Like, really,
Yeah.
I have no respect for him either. Okay, like he is a man baby. Okay, he is a man. See, he used to be an alpha male, but then he did what he did. I think, oh, girl has always had it inside of her. He just helped.
Yeah.
He just helped. Women are awful. We are awful. Let's be honest. Because what they can do, we can do better if we choose to do that. But she chose it because he put her in that position to choose it. Now you're crying like a little female dog. That's what you're doing.
And Grace, just to add on to that, now, do I understand? Now, obviously, cheating is bad. I'm not hearing about to say, if you got a family, you got a marriage. I just say, if you want to, like, if my son told me, which he probably would never tell me, I would say, hey, do your thing. I can't stop you. But no, that's possibly going to be your ass. That's going to cost you your future. It may even cost you your money if she want to take you, if you want to get on the legality side of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But
golly gee, I can see the accent.
Hey, but you know what I'm saying? But there is a different level of cheat, and I see now, mind you, I've had this happen to me. Of course, when it comes to dudes, it's just not to say it's right. I ain't saying it's right. So before everybody get on I'm not saying it's right. But it's more of like a physical. It's like, damn, you see her, like, damn, okay, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? But it's like with y'all, when y'all cheat, y'all get a nigga that looks better than us. He built like Tyrese, Morris Chestnut, Terrence Howard together. He got more money than me. This nigga taller than me. He's taller than me. And I'm just like, oh my, I'm like, so it's like the level. So it's like, and this is something I'll give y'all. It's like when y'all choose to do y'all thing, y'all level way up. We like, wait, what? Slow down. We just wanted a little, not to make it right, not to say make it right, but that's what y'all do. And that's the part that hurts us because it's like, damn, so you chose somebody like Felicia and Kim were saying, and you too, Grace. It's a pride thing. You know what I'm saying? And then God forbid y'all do better. Like let's say like you cheated, and then I'm be like this nigga done took my girl, and he dark skin, dark teeth, got the perfect teeth. Yeah, so so it's a little different in that sense. But that's probably what's killing him. What's killing him is that pride. So you know what I'm saying?
What do you guys think about the stipulations that they put into their marriage? Like, you can't ask me questions.
Because he thought that she wouldn't do it. So he didn't think there needed to be stipulations. He just thought, well, she ain't gonna do it no way.
Yeah.
Because she's been fat for 20 years since we've been married. She's been fat the whole time. Ain't nobody gonna want her like I want her. And then she said, you know what, sir? I'm gonna get fined. And then she became a hoe.
Don't ask me questions who I'm with. We don't talk about that. You wear protective gear. I mean, just like they got all these stipulations to set it up to see if they could make this work, and it's not working.
Well, I think it was
gonna work. The plan was bad from the beginning. They should have got, to be honest, okay, in all honesty, if I was her, me, Robbie, I would have left these behind. We would have went to therapy. Because every time you're with me, first of all, I'm gonna have bad anxiety because I'm not gonna trust you. I'm not gonna be looking through your phones. I never do. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna leave you behind because I just can't. The fact that you gave my meat to somebody else. Bye.
I think what really happened, and this is the story I'm playing in my head. She busted him. I'm feeling this was not the first time.
No,
I'm feeling this is not the first time he cheated on this woman. This is, she just caught him red-handed, and they got a divorce. They separated, and he met up with somebody called child support, and that's why his life was a living hell. And he was like, well, let's try to make this work, you know, because I don't want, you know, we're better together. You know, they started getting better together when that child support check hit him and he got to pay, or alimony, whatever the situation is in his situation. So he came back home thinking, oh, I'm gonna try to make it work. And, you know, it can be financial. I'm with the cost of houses these days, I can only imagine having a 400, like a regular house is $425,000, like a regular house. So now, if you go on the market today, so I can only imagine having a $4,000 house payment. On top of that, paying child support. On top of that, paying car notes, and so I can really see it being financial, and she being okay with it. You come home, you help pay these bills, and you know I'm gonna do my thing. You do your thing.
It's a perfect situation.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So I think that's a lot of the reasons why he's staying home. Because 3 kids and child support ain't no joke.
Hey, Felicia, it's a difference between and I agree too. And you know what? And here's some real shit. You know, women be saying how they ain't okay with niggas cheating. Hey, it's a difference if I cheat versus Beyonce. Jay-Z cheat. Jay-Z goddamn got $1 billion. You not to say Beyonce needs it. I ain't saying shit. She already got her own money. But you really think she gonna let that, you know, not just Jay-Z, but when you at a certain status, once you at a certain tax bracket, once you at a certain, I'm not saying it don't matter, but it's like, think of the bigger picture. You know, you really gonna let that, you know, you gonna, yeah, this NBA nigga done cheated, Dwayne Wade, quote unquote, cheated, and this, man, it's different between I do it, well, shit, yeah, I ain't got that money.
You
but
right.
You right, but if somebody that got a little bit of, you know, it changes. You like, you know what?
It does. Okay. It does change. I mean, that's the truth. It absolutely, honey, you preach that. It does change. No one's gonna deal with. First of all, you cheating on me and you broke.
Right.
Struggle.
No, you cheating and you broke. Bye bye.
And I'm paying the mortgage, but you out here. No. I'm not gonna.
At a certain age, and I'm an older woman, but at a certain age, me and my sister had this conversation. We can't go back. You know, I can't go back to going out to eat, you know, struggle meals and getting a 5 for 4, what's that? 4 for 5 and Wendy's.
It's a 4 for 4. See, you bougie. She don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
I can't go back. I know what it is, but I'm just saying I can't go back to that kind of life where that's gonna be dinner. You know, it's not a snack or a lunch or something I pick up for the kids. That's like dinner. Or like we're just in a place where we're at a bind. We can't go on vacation. We can't get a new car. I can't go back there. You know, and she might be thinking the same thing. Like, yeah, he left, and yeah, I'm getting his child support, but it ain't enough. You know, my life before all of this was a lot better. You know, so I'm gonna go on and let him come back so I can continue that lifestyle that I had. And you know, like you said, it's the best of both worlds. The bills get paid, the kids get. I trust my husband to watch the kids. I don't have to worry about these different people in and out of my house with my kids. So it's like a perfect situation. But you can't go back as a woman. I can't go back. I can't go back to a man making under a certain amount. It's like if that's all you make. Okay, now we can't be together. We can have fun, but we can't be together.
Okay, let me read some comments. 100 Black said, "I'm good for doing the get on. I learned not to stay in sorrow 25 years." Ooh, Lord. Stacy said that is a roommate with benefits. Not sexual benefits, baby. You paying the bills. Again, again, it goes back to he created the situation. He created this monster. He actually resurrected a hoe. That's what he did.
That's what he did.
That's what he did. You cannot.
But is it, Robbie? Is she fat or got skinny?
No,
What she a hoe? It came out.
No, I've thought about this. She used to be fat. She lost weight. She's always like, and now she's fine. Because she said she was beautiful, right? So now she's fine, and everybody is getting to experience the benefits of this.
I think she has always been beautiful. I think the brother got caught up on the internet.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to meet?
No.
I'll fly you out.
She had low self-esteem, guys.
Blah, 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 blah.
She had low self-esteem. But now she realized, wait a minute.
I don't think she had low self-esteem. I just think he got busted.
I think he got busted too.
And she
But
was
I
like,
was talking about different scenarios, right? Like what it could have
And
been.
she's like, damn, I'm a good wife. You know what? I'm a damn good wife and a good mom.
I'm
The
a good
only way
cat.
I'm letting this
I'm
joker back.
fly, and you know,
And
this
clearly, they're not African. Clearly, they're not African. I know that for a fact. They are not foreigners. Because you know what an African man would do? He would not deal with that. Even if he cheated, he would not. She'd be on the streets. Facts.
Hey, actually, great. I was gonna ask you. I actually thought they were African just due to their accent. I'm talking about in the video.
No, they sound Middle Eastern.
reading.
No, they're not
They-
African.
Oh, so they Middle East?
They sound like Middle Eastern, like that. They could be Arab African, which
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, because he kind of got a little bit of the same accent you do, a little bit.
maybe they don't have my accent. I have an English accent, sweetie. Let's get it right, okay?
Yeah, you got an English.
Right, and then you can hear like the Arab. They probably speak Arabic.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
thought maybe Eritrean, but African people have been trained that if your husband cheats, you don't leave him. You make sure you take care of your kids and your husband. You don't leave. That's what they taught us, right? But
So
when
what do
we
you
come
do
to
for
America, we come to America, we get wise. We leave.
Come to America, it's like,
Nah,
nah.
we're not putting up with that.
American dream, baby. Shit.
Honestly,
2023.
I know a lot of people. If you marry an African man, it's not uncommon, and it doesn't mean the man doesn't love you. It's just that environment. Freaking polygamy is like normal. Like I had a certain family member that when they passed away, their other kids came into the woodworks, and the only reason why they believe that is because the kid looked just like me. Okay, and so they were like, "Nah, that's their daughter too." Otherwise, because Papa was a Rolling Stone,
wow.
but they go and they work all in Africa, in the Northern Africa, and all that, and they have other families.
But not just Africa, Rabia. I know some here in the States that's got like,
They crazy. You in US of A, honey. Freedom.
baby,
USA. USA.
they got a bunch of kids, Rolling Stones, you know. Like,
There's a lot of them.
I'm talking about my close family. I know some of them that's got, my dad has a brother, his same age. They went to kindergarten together.
Jesus.
Right. And it's 10 of them. Right.
And so I mean, so like, quick question, and I don't know, but and I don't know if this is taught, but I'm gonna teach my son, and I don't know, maybe people need to start teaching their son. I'm gonna say, hey son, look, I know you're gonna get to a certain age to where you're gonna be at your peak financially, sexually, physically, this, that, and the third. You're gonna have it all, quote unquote. Quote unquote, at least you're gonna think you have it all.
Right.
Is anybody really teaching their son, which I will, but I'm gonna say, son, I'm not gonna tell you not to mess with that light-skinned shawty with the juicy shorts on from South Oak Cliff or South Dallas or whatever. And I know you got a girl. I ain't gonna tell you not to do that. But is anybody really teaching their kids, hey, you may lose your whole family? And me personally, I never got told that, hey, I was always told, like, hey man, you know what we do, it is what it is. But I'm gonna tell my son, you know what, son, if you feel like it's a good idea, you go ahead and do it. Cause I mean, you know what I'm saying? But it may cost you.
Okay.
And it may cost you. And I feel like us as parents, I don't know if everybody's saying that. People be telling their moms and their daddies, oh, I got this and I got that. But ain't nobody saying, hey, especially when you got kids and when you're already committed to somebody else, that, hey, you may lose all that. That's another part of the game that no man wants to talk about. And that's honestly on them. And I feel like that's the thing that need to be talked about more, especially when no matter if you 45 or 25, you got to know, hey, you may lose your family when you decide to, you know what I'm saying? But don't nobody want to talk about that. They just think that the girl gonna come back. it is not always like that, as you can see, or come back the same. Shit, she turned into a motherfucking demon. I actually like her. Hey, I like her.
Not a demon.
Says those lifestyles can be expensive. I have 13 siblings from 9 different mommies.
Bro, who is you? I'm about to add you, bro.
My dad made 200K but spent a lot due to lifestyle. Wow.
Well, to go back to CJ's question about, because I do have a son that's 16. We do have conversations, and one of my conversations with my son is, you're young, have fun. If you know, while you're young, you don't have to be in a committed relationship while you're young, but let everybody know where they stand. That's, to me, the most important. If we're not going together, you tell her we don't go together. If we're together, that's fine and good, but don't get married till you're ready, for a family, don't rush that process. Enjoy your life. Date as many women as you can date while you're single, because that's okay. But when you're ready to get married and have a relationship and having a family, dating other women is a big consequence. And that part of your life should be over.
Yeah, you could be choosing a demon and not even knowing it. And CJ, I want to commend you on something you said, because you don't give yourself enough credit, okay? You said nobody told you that, but you want to teach your son that, and you're going to teach your son that. That tells me you already broke a cycle. Break a cycle.
Yeah.
So kudos to you, because I'm listening to what you're saying. And to be absolutely honest,
absolutely.
but when I first met you to now, I see considerable growth. So I just commend you. You're so silly. But
No,
I think that's so awesome. Like, honest, and you're only 25, right?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm 25. Yeah.
Behind the ears, honey. What? You don't know nothing. Yeah.
No, I know just enough. Just like, I'm just keeping that real aspect, because don't nobody, like, because some, like, even niggas that are married, that they wanna sugarcoat shit. I'm gonna say, son, if you wanna do what you do what you do, but it's possibly gonna cost you. It's possibly gonna cost you. And some parents make it seem like it's okay for them to slide, hey son, I know what you, because I did. No, son, it may cost you if you got a family. It may cost you your family. So just think twice. If you want to go ahead, I can't stop you. I'm at the point of my life to where you can do what you want. Matter of fact, she may be texting you right now. You go ahead and do what you do. But you know what? If you cost your family, that's all on you, and you have to bear the consequences. So if she want to turn into a demon, and if she want to have you making you feel like you a dumb nigga because you love her so bad and you made her, well, shit, but go ahead then, son. But you know what I'm saying? And to I'm sorry, bro. You can read the comment first, then I can respond back. I want to say something to Felicia, but go ahead. You got it.
Also says, yes, from day one, I preach to my kids about making good decisions about relationship, business, friends, money, etc. And that's because, honestly, a lot of times this hoeing lifestyle seems appealing, right? The people that are doing it make it seem appealing, but there are always consequences to that lifestyle that they don't tell us. They just make it seem appealing, and obviously they are led by the flesh. Clearly, this is all about flesh, right? About the nuts, about the orgasm, about putting the wool over a woman's eyes. It's like a game. It becomes like a game, right?
Quick nut for a dude, because it don't last that long. Shit.
But I believe it's like the dude said in the video when he was reading it. It's, you do lose a little bit of yourself. And I believe that guy is telling the truth when he's like, I'm dying a little bit every day. And I believe granted, he started it, he did all that kind of crap. But I believe that's true, though, that he is. One person in the relationship is dying a little bit, I believe. And that's why I don't believe these 3 as a crowd relationships work for a long period of time.
Short term, yes. But that is because think about the way people are jealousy. You're gonna like the one more than the other. The one got a fatter ass than the other one. The one because the truth of the matter is this is okay. When I was doing the research, a lot of times people have this relationship and it's purely based on sex. Purely, there's no other agenda. But you saying, okay, we're going to be in an open relationship so that we can actually stay together, and it's non-monogamous, and that's cool. They're cool with it. But at some point, that's why the stats say 92% ending divorce. It doesn't work. And who's going to be more mad? Clearly, is the man. And I wanted to add to this, y'all. We should be teaching our children about loyalty, what it means, right? Why it's important to be loyal. Because let me tell you something. If I meet somebody in business, like when I go out to these people, to different home health agencies, if I meet somebody, man or woman that cheats, I will not do business with them because you are disloyal. Because if you can't be loyal to the closest person to you, how are you going to be loyal to me? Because my brother and I were talking one day, we were supposed to do something with somebody, and he said something to me inappropriate, and told my brother, he ain't it. He's not it. Because I always go to the meetings with my brother, and he's like, so what do you think? And I tell him what I think. I think he's trash. That's what I think. And then we talked about it. And he had a whole family. But you know, they say Asian men have small, they're not well endowed. Did you know
Right.
that statistics say that the Asian men are small?
Right.
Everywhere. What should you do for me? Even if I was that type of woman. I mean, on a serious note, like what? But loyalty needs to be taught to our children, like seriously. We don't do that. Loyalty, like for me, even in friendships, loyalty is a deal breaker or lack of loyalty. Because if I'm for you, I'm for
I'm
you.
for you, 100% for
Right.
you. Me
But
too, Rabia.
I've said this before about Kim. I've known Kim for over 20 years, right? Kim is the loyalest person I've ever met. You can go and tell Kim the worst thing about you. She will never sit there and berate you, and she will never repeat what you told her. I have said something to Kim, discussing something with her that I knew she knew. She acted like she was a deer in headlights. Like she was, I said, I love this woman. Even more. So loyalty, even in friendship, is so
Mhm.
important. And that's something we should be preaching to our kids. Finances, like
Absolutely.
what you were saying, business, friends, all these things they need to know. And at the end of the day, they're going to make choices.
Right.
You can't do anything about that. They're going to make their own choices, walk out their own walk or whatever. But the fact that you have actually said it to them, Stacey says, Robbie, a great take. Wow, the other ladies too. Great points about doing business with cheaters. Yeah, I will not. I will not. And then there was another time we went to a building that we were supposed to rent. Now I asked the questions my brother won't ask so that he can keep in good standing, right? So we kind of like tag team. So I'm asking the man, what is the square footage and how do you divide amongst the other tenants the electricity? This Negro could not look me in the eyes. His eyes were bouncing. I was like, he alive. He's alive. Answer the like you're a businessman. You rent a building, but you can't answer basic questions. I told my brother, let's not do that. And we didn't do that. Now we moved into another office, which is in the same building, and everything works out. And then the rent was $4,000. So we're moving from $1,500 to 4,000, and you can't. That means everything is an increase. Electricity, what else? When state cut, all these things were increasing, but you can't answer the questions. And you know where was he from? Guess where was he from?
Nigeria.
Africa,
You know
Lagos.
why? But yes,
Yep.
I didn't need to go on their tangents. And we past 8 o'clock. I still think we good. So, do you guys have any final thoughts?
Yes, I think that she should. Well, she's happy. Hey, ride it out, sister, to the end. That's my advice to you. Just ride it out to the end.
Yes, ma'am. What do you say, Felicia?
I have no words. I agree with Kim. If we're talking about the subject, and this woman apparently is happy, and like you said about the three people in a relationship, it doesn't work because there is no loyalty. That's even, if you go back into the Bible, it talks about you can't love two masters. You're gonna love one and hate the other.
That's right.
You just can't. It's just like, to me it's impossible because I'm a demanding person, and I can't imagine having to share somebody with somebody else, having
Wow.
to share time, everything with another woman. That's just like, I don't do second string. I don't do, You know, I don't do none of that. I don't play well with others. I don't share. I don't do any of that. So that those type of relationships don't work for me. So people need to stop. This is what I think. Everybody wants their cake and eat it too, especially men when it comes to those situations. And I don't know what women are thinking because I don't really know what they get out of it, but you know.
Well, especially if he's broke, you ain't getting nothing out of it. I'm sorry. You gotta be smart. Like you cannot cheat on me and I must work hard. I can't do it.
I'm gonna tell you, if you want to read some stories, Felicia just brought this to mind. Go read some stories in the Bible. Abraham and Sarah, Rachel and Leah. I mean, these relationships with the same man, it never ended well.
No, it didn't.
Never ends well.
But he never even wanted her though, in the first place. And then she was treated. But isn't it crazy how it works out that she had all the babies?
I know.
God said every time I touch this woman, she's gonna have a seed.
She's gonna have.
She's gonna produce.
She gonna
even though she was cross-eyed. Maybe she was cross-eyed, but that thing between her legs was working. She was fertile.
She was very fertile.
Yes.
12 tribes, right?
Wow.
Man.
He couldn't help himself. He kept going back, even though she was cross-eyed.
Her eyes were tangled.
He kept going back, though. He kept going back. I'm just saying, Rachel was sad. She was sad. You know, Sarah, she wanted the maid gone. I'm just saying.
And then Sarah was the one that suggested it.
I know.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
But it didn't work. No.
Well, you're right, though. There's so many stories in the Bible that we could dissect. And it's so funny. Mm-hmm. The reason why it's funny is because people do the same stuff today. Mm-hmm. So there's nothing new under the sun. Like, seriously.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, CJ, can we get your final thoughts, please?
Yeah, final thoughts. You know what I'm saying to that brother. I think you need to go ahead and just leave that relationship. Obviously, you know, this nigga talking about he dying inside every day. I'm just like, all right, bro. You know what? You got caught up. You lost your girl. Go ahead and take the L and just move on. Matter of fact, make it easier for yourself and move on. And here's just a lesson to all my niggas, all my fellas that you know what I'm saying. Hey, this what might end up happening if you on a creep. You may lose your girl. I was about to say another word, but you may lose your girl. You may lose your girl when you want to play, and you got to keep it a trip. You got to be a real nigga all the way. If you say, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and stick her, then you need to be go ahead and you need to have that mentality is, hey, I'm prepared to leave her too. Because what she have you doing, now she got you looking like a lame nigga. This nigga look lame. He look like he need to be, you know what I'm saying? So you need to, you know, and guess what? Because you messed up, ain't nothing worse than a man that's trying to get his girl back after he done messed up. He out here got writing poems and shit. Goddamn.
Singing in the rain outside her window.
And this nigga out here doing this.
Yeah, singing in the rain.
You know what? It's funny, but this reminds me of something that Steve Harvey said a long time ago. He says, there's no more beautiful woman than your ex on another man's arm. There's no woman more beautiful than that. Yeah. And that's where he's at now.
But you know what makes me laugh is that CJ cannot get over the fact
that's that who's at
every day.
You said what? I hear you.
You can't get over the fact that this man said he's dying every day.
Oh Lord!
Yeah, he said he dying every day. I'm like, bro, you making us look bad, bro.
You making the bros look bad.
Look, and just the end of the hey. Be a real nigga. When you lost the game. There is a restart. You might as well go ahead and restart with another girl, because this one, she's out of here. She out of there. So if I was him, I would tell him, hey, bro, go ahead and get that divorce finalized, because just like how y'all go ahead and you know what I'm saying. So just like how when y'all deal with a breakup and y'all go ahead and he be crying, He gonna be crying, but give my man a few months, he'll be back out there. But all this lame ass shit talking about
doing the same mess and cheating. Okay. Now let me say,
yeah.
he can do this. So basically, my final thoughts are now real time situation. I wouldn't have done it. I would have left. But since I ain't leaving and I choose to stay in this relationship, I'm gonna eat it up. So if she's gonna stay, she needs to enjoy what she's doing, and he needs to suck it up and be a man, draw a pair, and then leave her. Because when you stepped out with her before, you weren't thinking about all this. In fact, like I said before, when you suggested an open relationship, you said, "Oh no rules." You never thought that she would do it. The only reason why you mad is because she beat you to the game. Now she is pimping you. You don't like.
She beat you at the game. She beat you at your own game, dude.
You don't like it because you'll cry. You're like, oh my God, something else. Like the rug. Boy, bye.
Hey, that dude that be trying to take her out on a lunch break at her job. She said, you know what? Yeah, come on. Yeah, we can go. Hey, she out here topping that man off in the little.
Oh God, no.
I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. All right.
Jesus. No, sis doesn't even work, honey. Sis is a stay-at-home mom. Sis is living her best life as she should.
Oh, she out there getting it off Christian Mingle. Oh, she did.
Why it's gotta be Christian Mingle?
Yeah, why gotta this man? Anyway, guys, we want to thank you so much, CJ, for being on this.
Thank you.
Yay, CJ.
Again, I would be back on, but I think y'all had a better time with somebody that's a little bit more, because I think I did a little bit too much on this episode, but I enjoyed y'all.
No, we enjoyed you.
No,
we enjoyed you.
Yeah, you did great.
I'd love to come back.
Yeah, because whatever you have in that cup today is not that strong. So you behave. You behave yourself, so we appreciate
you. Just wasted some, babes.
I did. Oh, my bad.
Oh yeah, no, sir.
Hey, I don't waste no alcohol around here. It's not alcohol around.
Jesus. All right, guys, we want to thank you for listening. We'll see you next week on Life Happens at 7 p.m. Bye, y'all.
Yes, ma'am.